go live because
yeah,
it's
let's go.
And we can let people know that. Oh, that's a great way to start a live stream is cough.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you. I'll say hello while you get your glass of water and get your voice back. Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's live stream.
Oh, there we go. I had us on video. We've got an exciting live stream. We're a few minutes early, so I'm going to tell you what we're doing in a few seconds as soon as we hit 11:30. Give everybody a time to gather. In the
so
meantime,
good time to take a deep breath together, right? What a week.
Yeah. Totally. And more to come, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So love for you to make a comment and say hello and let us know who's here. We have
let us know where you are in the world too. Let us know where you're calling in from. It's always so fun when we have people all over the world.
Totally. Yeah. And oh, look, there we go. We're bang on time. Okay, so here's the deal. It's the weekend. Potential for manipulative training. What else? I need to change my view because I've got it on speaker and then unpin me. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah. So weekend training, manipulation, the CME gap. We've also this weekend got astrological dates that are suggesting it could be choppy over the weekend, more than normal. So we're going to look at that, and that starts tonight, going through till Monday. And then we've got, we're looking at support lines. It's going to be very important to know what support line indicators to use. Get your support lines in, and we're going to go over the support lines for Bitcoin, Ethereum, if we have time, XRP, so that you know if we dump hard, where could we wick to? Where could we go to if we don't dump hard? Anything you want to say on that, Teresa, while I...
Yeah, I think the other thing that we just want to pay attention to is we flipped the fear and greed index, right? Last week we were high greed on the Bitcoin fear and greed index. Now we are sinking into the fear levels. We're right around the midpoints now, but if we sink much further, those end up being good times to buy, right? So we needed to sink further into the fear side to have that as a really solid index. But just lots to pay attention to this weekend. Just so much to pay attention to. Yeah.
Totally. And you want to be loading up into your exchanges right now, cash in hand for some good bargains that are coming up. And if there are any coins you want us to talk about, put that in the chat. We really do appreciate your participation by liking, subscribing, clicking the bell and hitting all. We're a new channel and it really helps us grow and get this really important information out. We're a tutorial channel, so we are teaching you technical analysis to make sure that you're not one of the 90% that loses all of your Bitcoin. So let me share the screen and let's start with Bitcoin. So right now, Bitcoin is, this is on the weekly, Bitcoin is in this pattern, and we'll talk about this pattern later, but the support line that I like to do to start with is getting my lines in to where do we don't go below, like where have we not gone below? Like we just don't break below that line, which means this is a strong support line for the whole bull market because we've never gone below it. Then I like to put the lines in on the diagonal to see where we go to resistance. Like where is it that we just don't break above because we find significant resistance, right? And we just hit that line in this particular bull cycle as it goes down. Teresa, what symmetrical triangle? This isn't quite straight.
Yeah, it's definitely more in the direction of symmetrical triangle, but it really depends on how you draw your lines, right? Yeah. But both of those can be continuation patterns. So we just have to, watch watch what's going on. This is a week to have your wits about you.
Totally.
Right?
Totally.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do this fun thing, and we'll look at that later. That is, if we break, and actually let's look at it now. If we break to the upside, depending on where we break, it's probably more likely going to be soon. I don't think we're going to fulfill this anywhere near the pattern. So this pattern might not actually play out. So we'll just have to monitor it. But let's say if we say it's the 18th of October that it breaks out, because that's a really good month. No, Saturn, yeah, that's right. That's a week after Saturn goes progressive. That's going to take us up to at the very least 86,200. So that's the first thing to do to get your support lines in. Then the next thing I like to do is to get the Fibonacci levels in on the whole market. So I'm just going to squeeze this in, and I'll go, where did we start the bull run? And I'm going to pick 9th of March.
I think we have to name that the unicorn pattern. That so looks like
it looks like a unicorn. How cool is that?
So when you have a triangle breakout early, we're going to nickname that the unicorn.
Yeah. So then for the market Fibonacci, I will go to the top, swing high, come back down to where it started. You could go down to the very lowest of the low, and let's do that now actually. You could, so that you've got the bottom of the market. And then this is your market structure. I change my 0.61 and 1.61 Fibonacci golden ratio to yellow so that I know that these are significant. And you will see, as I bring that Fibonacci in, that over those couple of months that we were just taking forever. What's going on?
Don't you hate it when technology just won't cooperate? Yeah, but you can definitely see significant zone of support resistance there.
Totally, right there.
Pocket. Yeah,
2.5 months we couldn't break above it. So now the question is, are we going to come and test this as support? So if you watched our live stream on Wednesday, we put a whole lot of dates in that to watch out for dumps and pumps, and one of them was the 11th of September, which is tomorrow, and it could actually happen today. In fact, which is what I said, right, Teresa? I said it could happen a day earlier, and indeed it did.
You get the Profit Award this week.
I get the Profit Award. Yay. And then, so now we want to look at how low are we going to go, how to set you up for getting in longs or spot buying at cheeky levels. So just according to these two things, it is possible, I don't think it's likely, that we could come back down to 29,000 because this is the trajectory of that support line. I think if we come this low, it'll be a wick and it'll be manipulation and it'll be 33,000 at this Fibonacci level. That's just my personal opinion. It's more likely, I think, Teresa, that we'll go to 44,800, 42,000, maybe wick to 40,700, something like that, because that is the golden ratio. And it just makes sense, doesn't it? To come back and retest the golden ratio as support, bounce off of that, and that gives us a solid foundation for those higher prices, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, as some analysts are saying.
Yeah, I would agree. I think, we've seen that time and time again in the markets. So, I like how Da Vinci J15 talks about it, Da Vinci Jeremiah, right? He says, history doesn't repeat, but it sure does rhyme. And anytime we see something happening over and over again, I think it's very reasonable to expect that same reoccurrence, right?
Yeah. He's such a veteran. I mean, we love Da Vinci J. We got to meet him when we were in Tulum, Mexico, and he is going to be one of our diamond speakers at the Conscious Crypto event. And I'll speak a little bit more about what he's talking about with Ethereum as well too when we get to Ethereum. But shout out to you, Da Vinci J. We love you on this channel. And
the original legendary trader in the crypto space, like he really is, right? He is.
He's the veteran because he's seen several bull and bear cycles, so he knows the rhythms, right? So his
Exactly.
information is going to be really crucial. So you want to get your ticket at the Conscious Crypto event for sure. So anyway, so that's the first level of support. So then what I do is I come down into the 4 hourly to do a market Fibonacci on, not a market, a movement Fibonacci to go, well, okay, where we've been trading, like this whole movement from swing high to swing low, looks like we're dumping because that could possibly be a bear flag, right? And ooh, actually it could be a bear pennant. In which case, the target for that is, guess what I think it's going to be? That's the one thing I don't like about training.
Like sometimes you need a little finesse.
Yeah. So this is a little bit, because if we break out in the next few hours and we go back under the golden ratio and we're back down here at 36,700 approximately, what did they say? 3600, 746. We're back in the pattern and we run the risk of going lower.
Now,
So
the good news is, in the weekend, we seldom have volumes for things to hit their targets.
Yeah.
So if we do break down weekend, I think it's actually high probability that we will bounce off the top of the golden pocket and come back up.
Yeah.
Which is going to mean that we're in essence still bouncing off the top of that pattern. So, you know, if we're going to break down, doing it into the weekend is probably the time we want to have it happen. Because there won't be enough volume for carry through usually.
That's a really good point until Sunday afternoon, right? When CME opens and then the Asian market comes on, that can be a bit dumpy, pumpy. And we can often
get a technical term, dumpy, pumpy.
Dumpy, pumpy, yeah, on this channel. Anyway. So because we want to see what our break to the downside levels are, I go to the bottom of the candle of this entire movement, and then I will come up to, actually, let's do it that way. And then I will come up to the top of the candle. I'll do it that way. And this is why when you see my charts, the ones that I normally work with, they are so busy because we just put layers on, right? And what we're looking for by doing this is confluence. Where do these line up? Are there any lines here that line up to say, oh, we've got two lines converging, and we actually do. See this line here on the Fibonacci? This is a 0.78 that converges at around 44,900, and it wicked just below, and it went down to 44,673. So there's some convergence on this ascending line that we've not broken below, and then this and its support, and then this line here. So if we
look where your target is relative to the golden pocket. That's something to pay attention to. I hadn't seen that before, but now that it's nice that you have your golden pocket colored. I got to get you to show me how to do that.
Yeah, you just go into the settings and then you change it to yellow. So so if we break out of this triangle, then which the pinnacle is around about the 12th of September. So we break out of this and we break to the downside. It's actually a pretty big deal, but it's still keeping us in the overall structure. Even if we go down to 33,000, which I highly doubt it, but it is possible. So we have to say it. I don't think it'll be for long. I think it'll be a stupid manipulative wick, and it'll just go, straight up. So in terms of the next thing we want to look at are the weekly and the daily candles. And then on the weekly candles, our averages, we've got some support here. or that's resistance rather. Where's the support? Here it is here at 45,591. So that's when I will just draw in my line there, and I might just put that the weekly weekly support levels, right? We don't seem to and we're below that right now, right? It looks like we've come up, we're retesting that support level right now, deciding, are we going to go back up to the top of the pattern, or are we going to come back down? Then we want to look at the daily. And then as soon as we've done this, guys, we can have a look at all of those possible retracement numbers for you. So if you're shorting this, oh, hang on a second, that's what's going on here. Oh, I don't know, something's changed with TradingView, because I haven't had this so much problem before. Sorry, I have to draw that again, because that is, yeah, there we go. I had two in there. That's what the problem is. Look at the spinning top, Teresa.
Oh,
So
yeah.
What's a spinning top mean?
Well, it really means that market indecision, right? There's a pitched battle going on between the bears and the bulls, right? So, you know, it's a good indication that we don't know which direction the market's going, but often it can signal that the move we were in has lost momentum.
Yeah.
It can signal that. It can signal a market turnaround. So,
yeah. And there seems to be some nice support here for the daily, like the daily candles kind of just closing there. If we want to be 100% accurate, you can. No, I think I want to do that because there's more candles. There's more candles touching it. To be valid, you want as many candles as possible. So basically what I'm doing here is looking at the support levels that as many of the daily or the weekly candles are touching. So I know that there is a pattern of coming back here. So now we're going to pick up sticks. Teresa, you know quite a lot about this, because the next level is putting in your moving averages. So I'm going to go down to the 4 hour now, because we're going to start looking at shorts. Where would you short and where would you long, or where would you spot buy? Where would you get into the exchange and accumulate it for your hodl position? So that indicator is the daily lines here. And Chris from Crypto always talks about looking at, actually, let me go back to the weekly, looking at the red one is a 200-day moving average, and over the whole course of the market, that's the one to watch. That if we dip below, we don't, in the bull cycle, we don't dip below for too long. That was a month, 2 months, 2.5 months. Yep. We come back up. This is the one to watch. He's talking a lot about this. And the other thing that Crypto is talking about is the M for Crypto. He's the first analyst online talking about the M, which is a bearish pattern. Not only that, its second M comes down. So when we go to top, and then we've got the second down, it's more likely to play out. It has actually already played out. So Crypto was the first one to do that. So shout out to you, Chris, for the genius that you are.
Yeah. Chris is a freaking prophet. Often he says, you know, often you hear him say, it's a less likely scenario, but we might see. And, you know, before each one of these unexpected moves, there's always been that kind of a possible warning from Chris. So I really got to hand it to Chris. If you're not following, like for me, 2 must-watch channels are Crypto and DaVinci J15. Yeah. Those guys are so solid in their technical analysis, right?
And their experience, like, because that's seen it all, right?
Yeah, talk about legendary traders, right?
Yeah.
So excited to have them speaking at our Conscious Crypto event. It's just going to be amazing.
Yeah, if you haven't got your ticket, early bird tickets, I think tickets go up on Tuesday. So the link is below. And oh, by the way, in our videos at the bottom, in the description, you can see the link for the event. You can just go over there and check it out. It's 3 days of really getting your strategies together, learning so much about beginner and advanced technical analysis, altcoins, and everything's there. We talk about it a lot, so you can go over and take a look at that. But we've started a Discord server, guys, and we're starting to put in some, impromptu technical analysis as the market moves. And there are other really good traders on there. It's very new, and we would love for you to join. So make sure you check that out. We've got our favorite paid indicator, the DidiBam. And then we've got Crypto Ninjas is my private mastermind group where we meet in person 4 times a month, as well as you have a very intensive training course on technical analysis. The trading platforms under here, a really good course for learning how to trade from the beginning is Jeroen van Lange, who's also a speaker for our event. Trading tools is TradingView, which is the charts that we're using. And then if you really appreciate what's happening and appreciate the channel, you can buy us a cup of coffee, and that goes towards the Vista Mundo community, or you can make a donation. And do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we've already managed to donate $18,000 toward road paving in the area. I know that doesn't sound sexy, guys, but in developing countries, paving roads and working on infrastructures is usually the difference between tourists coming into an area and not. It makes a huge difference to the economy. So huge thank you to all of you who have already made donations and helped support. We really get a lot of thank yous from our neighbors, all the little donations coming in, $5 here, $5 there. It actually adds up to a lot. So thank you, guys.
Yeah. And you just saw a flash of my shorts that are currently a little bit in the red. But they're very, very small with very small leverage because I'm just going to ride this out. So what's going to happen? What is going to happen? Well, right now, what has happened to TradingView? This is ridiculous. You have to do an extra click. Oh, by the way, we'd love for you to like the video. This looks like this could be a bear flag forming, so we may trade under this weekly support here. We're definitely trading under the 200-day moving average. We could wick up to retest this and come back down, but this looks like it's found support. So this is a possible scenario. And I'll do that in a different color so we can see it. No, that's not a very good color to see. See, that's why I use pink because it's, sorry guys. So this is what we want to watch, right? So we want to see what levels are these going to come down to. So this is cool. And then we just draw this down here. The one thing we want to watch for over the weekend, if this keeps trading sideways beyond the bull flag, it could be a reverse Bart Simpson, and we could go back up to the top of the pattern to 46,357. So it's going to affect what leverage you choose as well as your stop losses. But that technical target is approximately 44,613, which means we're going to overshoot the mark if that plays out here. So we're looking for confluence to find out how low are we going to go, because in Vedic astrology there are 2 dump dates. There is the 11th, well there's and so that could happen a day before, which happened today. So we might see something tonight or Saturday morning US time. If you're down under, you're going to have to jump ahead a day. And then on Sunday is another really important day. So that is the 12th, and then the other one is the 13th and the 14th. They're really dumpy days. So we could dump, trade sideways, or recoup a little bit and then come back down again. We'll see. I mean, Vedic astrology is not 100% certain, But we called Schmidt year, didn't we, Teresa?
Yeah,
we called
really.
the Schmidt year dump.
Yeah. You know, that's something that Jeroen van Lange on the blockchain today has been talking about for months now. Like, guys, pay attention when the Schmidt year talks. That's just for those of you who don't know, the Schmidt year is on the Jewish calendar, happens every 7 years. And there's a lot of documentation out there in the whole world of stocks and bonds that it often represents significant corrections in the stock markets and other things. So that big dump was the very first day of the Shemitah year. Often the big corrections happen on the first day or two or the last day or two of that year. So, so yeah, that was like a holy cow. Jeroen van Lange is a prophet on that one. Like, boy, did he ever call that one solid.
Totally, yeah. So if we go down to the 1 hour, if this is indeed a bull flag, it could end up being a bull pennant. We need to see in the next hour, are we going to turn and come back down? And if you're game, you can short that all the way down to 44,900 and then scale out of it and scale back into it when it breaks further down, which is kind of what I've been doing. So now let's go out and have a look at those targets. So write these down for where we could retrace to. Oh, hang on. We've got 44,662 approximately. Remember, with shorts, Bitcoin often doesn't fulfill them. So if you're shorting, you want to move that up a little bit and maybe just put it at 44,750, something like that. So that's that. The next level of support that we've got is the daily support level, which is at around 44245. Then we've got this big level, like if we break out of this bear pennant, we could be going down to 36,760. And because the golden ratio is sitting right there at 36,642 approximately, we might wick down there. So those are areas where I would be considering putting in a cheeky buy at a 2x leverage or a 3x leverage, just in case we go down to 33,000, which I think is highly unlikely. We could also come down and touch the 100-day moving average, which currently is at 39,731. Remember, these are moving averages. And then, we could create a double bottom here at 42,843. So if you have all of those in a row, written down in a row from highest to lowest, if we go into a free fall dump, you can start ticking them off as they go down, and then know where we're headed, so you can get ready to just sell your short at the lowest possible price and maybe take some profits along the way. I would be waiting to actually set the trade up first. I want to see what's going on in here. Is there anything you want to say before we quickly go into Ethereum, Teresa? Because I know you have to go in 3 minutes.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm a big believer in what Da Vinci Jeremiah talks about. And actually, Chris, Crypto talks about this a lot. Waiting is one of the most important skills a trader can ever have, right? Knowing when to wait to place the trade is what makes you money, actually, right? Because then you're preserving your capital. So I know you just said that, but I really want to emphasize that.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so in Ethereum, here's one I made earlier, just so that we could go through these support levels and the golden ratio for the market from where we started the bull run, which is how I like to do my first Fibonacci structure, is sitting at around 723. And that's on the weekly. I did all of that on the weekly. And now the next one you want to do is come into the 4 hourly. Remember to put your Fibonacci's in for the whole movement, which is this here. So we know we go the highest point there and the lowest point there. See if we've got any confluence in there. And then we pull in our daily candle. It's a bit all over the place. 3,000 looks like there's quite a bit of support there at 3,000 over here with the wick down, right? And there's oh, look at that. And the Fibonacci level for, where we started is sitting at around that 3,008. And then the weekly, oh, great. Yes, you will receive something by email to confirm and all of the logins.
Oh, you're looking at the comments?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. Trading view on Binance is driving me nuts. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be on Binance.
Yeah, we're going to do some trading view tutorials coming up for you guys, because I know there's lots of questions on how to use trading view effectively. So if there's stuff you want to hear about on trading view, let us know.
Yeah, there isn't really any weekly candles touching with confluence here. So and we've gone down that anyway, so that might not be helpful. Let's have a look. So now we want to go into the daily lines. Yeah, this could be a cup and handles that's forming for Ethereum. Like we could come back down here and this could be a really big cup. So we can watch out for that.
Yeah, that would be something. That would be a solid trade if this turns into a cup and handle.
Yeah. So
they're one of the most reliable patterns, cup and handles. So
yeah. This is a classic. If this is a bear flag, it's starting to go beyond where it's a bear flag and we could see something stupid because it's weekend trading, and we could see some manipulation in the Asian market tonight where this would end up becoming a Bart Simpson. So just watch out for that. I say this over and over and over again, and about 90% of the time that I say it, it plays out. So just watch it if you're looking at shorting. Normally you wouldn't short till we break a key support level. And for me personally, Teresa, I probably wouldn't even short Ethereum. I would set up for a really good long.
The dominant trend is still bullish. We have not penetrated the weekly EMA. I'm a firm believer you don't trade against the dominant trend unless it's a super solid pattern and you're really clear with which way it's going, and it's a very tight short trade, right? So I personally, this isn't a market that I would be shorting. Like there's not clear enough indicators to call for a short.
So many of the shorts have just rolled over and they've done it really fast, right? So even though we've said in Vedic astrology it's dumpy, I would just be really careful. And here's the reason why. The bigger reason why is that we're really close to the golden ratio, where we've had so much resistance during the months that we were, after the really big dump, that it makes sense we could come back to 2,222 or 3,000 to test it as support and then just trade sideways along from that to build that support. And that's my sense of it, right? Could be wrong. And I'm happy to be wrong. So let's have a look at these levels. I've got support levels, which we already bounced off of once and twice, and we got rejected off of it before we even got there a third time. We've got that support level around 3,200. If we break 3,200, come back, retest the previous support line as resistance, come back down above the candle, below the candle rather, that would be the time I would short. But then hang on a second. I'm going to take that back because this is the reason why I didn't want to short Ethereum, because we run into immediately the 50-day moving average, then at 3,077. Then we run into the support at 2,996. Then we run into the support here at 2,906. Then
just too many reasons not to short.
2,892. Sorry. Then there is the bull flag, the bear flag 2,788, and then there is the 2,722. So I would want to preserve my capital and get ready for a big, gigantic long. Yeah. So we've got all of those.
I'm in agreement there.
Yeah.
Unless you're a scalper, this isn't really a market to mess with.
Minna is saying it would be great if you could do a tutorial on the best ways to get out of a short squeeze. let's do that, because we have talked about that and you have a really good strategy for that, right? And it's basically to just do this. Teresa?
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were still in the middle of your sentence.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I was waiting. I'm like, is she going to finish the thought? Did I fade out? Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, you know, there are scale in, scale out strategies you can use, right? But sometimes it's better to just wait, right? One of the reasons I trade Bybit futures that are the expiring futures contracts is there's no funding fees on those. So if a trade goes underwater, there's not the pressure to get out of it. It's like, hang on a second, I'm a few $100 underwater, or $1,000 underwater. Let me just wait and see what's happening. Because if you're not racking up funding fees every 8 hours, then you're not feeling the FUD as great. So that's something to think about.
Yeah, and we've been thinking about doing videos on that. So I think we should pull finger and get those done, especially if you guys are asking for it. We are uploading tutorial videos daily. There's a whole lot of Femex ones going up. We've got a whole lot of Bybit ones up there already. We've got TradingView in the pipeline. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, click all, so that you can get notified of that. And we go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11:30 US Mountain Time. Quickly on XRP, here's one I made earlier, as I said. Here's the thing with XRP, we have a very clear line that we've not broken but below. And if we were to just dump all the way down here, it's going to come to 60 cents. If we dump tomorrow, we're on the, this week, 60 cents, possibly 66. We could go to 66. However, this looks like this could be a bull flag forming. Right?
Yeah.
So watch for that. We are also in the zone, this zone here of the golden ratio from $1.25 to $1.05, where we've been trading, is meeting that support at $1.05. And if you remember when we were going up, if I come down into the daily, when we were going up to try and get beyond $1.05, we were meeting a tremendous amount of resistance in here. Look at all of this. Just couldn't break through, came back down. So we're at really significant support. So if you're looking at, like if we get that Vedic astrology dump, you're looking at shorting this, we could come down to maybe 66 cents, maybe 72 cents, maybe 84 cents. We need a pattern, right? A bearish pattern, which I don't know, would you call that an M on the daily?
Yeah, it's kind of
it's a bit ugly.
It's an ugly M, but it could be an M.
I don't know. It looks like, so, obviously.
It could become a head and shoulders, though, so that would be something to pay attention to. So, because, the middle peak is higher than the left peak, right? So,
exactly.
You just want to watch that.
Exactly. 91 cents, 91.95 cents. I said and this Fibonacci level here is $1.04739. If we break below $1.03, we could go from $1.03 to $1.01 and maybe trade really quickly to wick down to those lower numbers, because that has happened before on XRP, and XRP requires a different trading strategy. So that's where we're at with that. We are waiting to let us know, and just remember, this is weekend trading, and tonight when the Asian retail market comes on, it can surprise you, right? It could do a sudden pump and then a dump, or it could do a sudden dump and then a bit of a recovery, and then the market will find out what it's going to do. And I would say sometime tonight through to Saturday morning, when that Vedic astrology thing happens, which is basically Saturn goes stationary, and when Saturn, we're in retrograde at the moment, and it goes stationary with Libra, I think it is. Whenever that happens, there's always a ripple effect in the market. I mean, absolutely always. So watch out with that. Awesome, guys, great. So Teresa, that's it. I might come on board, like if I don't go to the beach on Sunday, I might come back on and do a live stream for the CME gap, 4 o'clock Mountain Time on Sunday, just depending on how big the gap is, if there's a big gap. I don't know.
And how nice the weather is at the beach.
Yeah.
Because what are we doing this for, guys, if we're not creating a better lifestyle, right?
Totally.
You know, one of the reasons we're committed to you guys becoming really solid traders is we don't want you glued to the computer 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, we want you to know when you can walk away and be with your families and enjoy your life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. There's that bearish divergence we were talking about on Wednesday, boom, boom, right on the daily, which can take days to play out, but it looks like it's actually playing out now. Okay, cool. So thank you to all of you who've already got your ticket for the 3-day workshop extravaganza. You're going to be able to get your strategy together, talk to all of these amazing speakers, and hear what's happening, getting prepared for what we're calling the super cycle. We're going to be releasing a whole lot of dates of dumps and pumps right up to the end of April, so that you could put those in your charts and be aware of your trades around those times. Didi Taihutu is going to be talking about how to live off grid on crypto 100%. Even Crypto and Da Vinci J are going to be doing some technical analysis and basically weaving their magic, because we can say, yes, this is what they're going to talk about, but boy, gems just roll out of them, right? Yeah. So it's so much more than what we're advertising. We've got a lot on taxation, going offshore, minimizing taxes, not paying taxes. And we've also got some mindset and psychology. Have a look at all of our speakers. They are absolutely amazing. And it's going to be an action-packed event. You're going to get an opportunity to network with everybody, even though it's on Zoom and it's live. And because it's on Zoom, we have a limited number of tickets, which means once they're sold, you won't be able to come in live. You won't be able to talk to the speakers in person and ask them questions. We don't want that to happen. So make sure you book your ticket today. There are time payment options there for you if you need a time payment. And you can, if you can email us at admin@theconsciouscryptoevent.com if you want to pay in crypto. So that's it. I think we might see you on Sunday. In fact, I've got a feeling I am going to see you on Sunday. Yeah. Otherwise, it'll be Monday.
And Ethereum and Coke, thanks for letting us know about the breakdown. Can't wait to see you at the event. We know you're one of our regulars, so thank you. Yeah, excited to see you at the event. So, so guys, thank you. Thank you for all the support. We're so thrilled at how well the channel's doing after only, I think we're just coming off a month 3 here. Just really appreciate you guys. It's been a lot of fun. We'll have to start celebrating our monthly anniversaries because we're such a young channel.
Yeah, and we're wanting to get over that 500 mark, and we're nearly there. So if you like what you're doing and you're in a Discord community or a social media group of traders or people interested in crypto, we'd appreciate it if you could share the video. That would really help us out. So until we meet again,
trade consciously.
See you.
Take care, guys.
Hey, awesome. Did we sell a ticket? Let's have a look.